All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. You are at Authors Unplugged, and we're here for another brand new episode. It's going to be a really, really cool one. It's my first time interviewing a young author. I've never interviewed a young author, someone who's not even 10 years old yet. I can't believe it. So I'm Hadi. I'm your host. I'm the author of Calladita No More. My pronouns are she, her, and ella. And I'm really excited to be here. And I'm excited to welcome Kennedi and Mom. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Oh, hello, hello.
Hi, I'm
I,
Kennedy.
but hey, Kennedi, before you go, I'm sorry. I know I told you to introduce yourself, but I just wanted to let the audience know that Kennedi was very ready for this live to get started. She was ready. She's multiple times. She was like, "Are we ready to go? Let's go." So I know she is ready, audience. So if y'all have questions for her, if y'all are curious about anything related to Kennedi, you're going to get to hear her story in a little bit. I invite you to ask any question you have. Kennedi is ready to take your questions. She's explicitly told me that she wants questions from the audience as well. All right. So with that, Kennedi, please introduce yourself.
Okay, so hi, I'm Kennedy Ray, and I'm the CEO of Can Read Books, and I'm 9 years old, and
What grade are you going to in September?
I'm going to fourth grade in September, and I'm doing theater at the moment right now.
Got it. So you got your hands full this summer.
Yes,
Yeah, somebody named Freddie. Is that Uncle Freddie?
yeah.
Uncle Freddie said Kennedy stays ready. I agree. Like that is just the best way to say it. Kennedy stays ready, and that is facts. All right, Mom. Let's hear from you for a bit because you created this beautiful princess, this beautiful CEO. Tell us a little bit
As,
about you.
yes, hi, I'm Stacey English, also known as Kennedy's assistant by day and night. It's just interesting and fun to watch her journey, and so we thank you for the opportunity to be here and be able to share that with your listeners.
Yes. And I want to welcome everybody who's here to hear Kennedy's story. It sounds like you got a bunch of fans. I already see people are dropping some comments and letting them know that they already love you, Kennedy. You got big fans out here. But I
She
appreciate y'all coming through.
clicked on
What's
comments; she can see what's coming through.
Okay, yes, you should see. Yeah, so Uncle Freddie said Kennedy stays ready, and then Mary Crop said, "Yay, yeah, Kennedy, love your intro." So already your fans are showing you some love. You're getting more love than I usually get on the platform. So go ahead, Kennedy. And I just want to like thank everybody who came here today. This is a show that I do every week, maybe every other week, and I bring different authors on. But I've never had an author like Kennedy before, so I'm really excited to have her on the show today. So let's get started with the interview. Are you ready, young lady?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna throw you a softball. I'm gonna give you an easy question to start with, and I just want to know what's your favorite book and why.
So my favorite book that's not by me is either Katie the Cat Sitter by Stephanie Yu or A Good Kind of Trouble by Lisa Moore Remy. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay. I love that you remember authors and you're crediting the authors like out of the gate. Everybody doesn't do that. So that's like already a really cool thing. Is there a reason you did that? Or like what why did you mention the authors also?
Um Probably just to get into the reading mode, like podcast mode.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that. That's excellent. Good answer. Good answer. More people are showing you some love on in the chat, which I'm sure you're seeing. So that's great. So and then why do you love those books? What's so special about them?
A Good Kind of Trouble just shows like it shows um how sometimes trouble is if you're good it's sometimes good to get in trouble for good reason.
Yes. Yeah,
and
there's good trouble. John Lewis told us that, I think.
Mhm.
and Katie the Cat Sitter, um it's just it's like a little quirky book about a girl named Katie, and she's cat sitting 207 cats. Or no,
Okay.
200 19, I think.
Okay. And then she has some adventures that she's I'm guessing there's a little bit of trouble that comes out of, or chaos that comes out of that, because that's a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Nice. And you mentioned that those are the books you love that are outside of the books you've written yourself. So can you tell us a little bit about the books you've written?
So, my favorite book that I've written is probably either Kennedy meets the Vice President, I think, or Kennedy and DJ Special World.
Hmm. Did you meet Kamala Harris when you met the vice president? Is that who it was?
No, but if you do read the book, there's like a little twist at the end.
I gotta read it. How many books do you have in total?
3 now.
You wrote 3.
Yes.
That's amazing. And you started when did you write your first book? How old were you when you wrote your first book?
I published it at 4 years old.
Wow, that's incredible. Gosh, and did you understand what you were doing in that moment? Like that you were becoming a published author? Like what did that mean to you at the age of 4?
Well, I can't remember it clearly, but I think what I was thinking was like, I was so proud, and I've already had a lot of people supporting me within my age of 4.
Yeah. And what was the first book that you wrote? Which book was it of the titles that you shared?
Kennedy meets the Vice President.
Oh, that was the first one. Oh, okay. Wow. And where did you get the idea for it? Like where did you come, like, how did the idea come to you? And yeah, tell us a little bit about your process, if you will. By the way, you are getting so much love right now in the chat. It's ridiculous. So I just want to thank everybody for coming through. I'm feeling happy for Kennedi and proud for her because she's doing such a good job so far. Thank you all for your comments. And if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Kennedi wants to take your questions, so we'll make a little bit of time before the end of today to answer your questions. But yeah, where did you get the idea for the book, and like what was that process like for you?
So the way I got my first book was very, I don't know how to explain it. Let me just get into it. So
Okay.
first, when I was younger, like 3, I loved to watch the Vice President and President at the time on my on my tablet.
Okay.
And then one day, I just in like the kitchen or the dining room, I just started talking about it, and then my mom said, "Let me type this down," and then here we are now.
Wow. So, Mom, you've been a co-conspirator from the beginning.
I like that title. Yes. And it's interesting what she just said. So I never in my life until Kennedy met a toddler who was into politics. It was the weirdest thing to me at the beginning. And she, at the time it was during COVID. So all we did was watch the news, trying to understand what was happening with COVID, but it was also a strong political climate at the time. And she was just fixated on the vice president. And so at first I thought, all right, this will pass in a day or so. Cute. Okay, we'll let it go. And yeah, she just kept talking about it and meeting the vice president to the point where we did go to the White House. Unfortunately, she wasn't there the day that we went, but that is the inspiration behind her story.
Wow, that's really powerful. I have to tell you, it's so funny that this is your first book, like your first book was about that theme, because I was telling somebody just yesterday that when I was 10, there was a U.S. government election happening at the same time. It was the year 1980, so I just gave away my age, and Ronald Reagan was running for president against, I think it was Jimmy Carter, but it might have been Walter Mondale. I don't really remember anymore who he ran against at that time. But it was the year 1980, and we decided that we were going to have elections in the classroom. And I think I was 10, so not too far from Kennedy's age, and I must have seen somewhere that Ronald Reagan was leading, and I was like, I'm going with the winner. So when we had the election, I voted for him. And I was like telling the whole classroom to vote for him, and I was like, he's going to win the election. Needless to say that this election happened in a Brooklyn school, and Ronald Reagan did not win our election. It was like literally like 2 to about 32. But anyway, he did win. And I remember like several months later while we were reading current events in the classroom, we were reading that he was cutting like aid to poor like communities like the one that I lived in Brooklyn. He was cutting aid, he was cutting welfare, he was cutting a lot of these programs that supported families like mine. And I was like feeling some type of way about it. So I told my teacher, and my teacher's like, you should write him a letter. And I was like, that's right, I'm gonna write him a letter. And I did write him a letter. And don't you know he wrote me a letter back? I
Oh,
got a
wow.
letter back from the president. Yes, I remember my mother opened the letter because she was horrified. She was like, "Oh my God, is my daughter going to jail?" But like, obviously I did anyway. I got back like a form letter basically, so it was just like a generic letter.
Yeah.
But I also like you, Kennedy. I was also interested in politics at a very early age. I think it's kind of fun, and even though mine wasn't like I wanted to meet him per se, but like I used my voice. I wanted to tell him something that was that in defense and I was advocating for my community. And I was so like looking back, I was like, that was so cool that my teacher told me to write him a letter. It's so cool when the adults in our life encourage us to participate and like, not just, we don't just have to be, I guess, standing in the sidelines just because we're young. Like we can participate too. So Kennedy, I love that you participated and you were interested and you used it to inspire you to write your first book. That's really amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by that. Well, I guess I want to move on a little bit and talk to you now about what do you love about being an author now that you have 3 books under your belt. By the way, you have more books than I do. So I'm a newer author than you. So I'm kind of maybe looking for a little advice as well from you. Like, what does it feel like to be 3 books in? And like, what do you love about it? And, if you've done any, like, I don't know if you've done author events and book signings and things like that, maybe you could share a little bit about that because there's probably people in the audience that want to be authors too. And you can tell them a little bit about what the life is like of an author.
So the reason why I love being an author is because I love that when I go to people like around schools, I love that they ask questions about like, how did I become an author, and I just love to inspire them. I love when they ask questions. I love answering anybody's questions. I just love all of it. I just love everything about it. Just meeting
Everything about being an author, all the things. Have you actually signed the book? Has anyone ever asked you to sign their book?
Always, just always.
Oh, okay.
Every time they get a book, I will always sign it in cursive the same way.
Very nice. I'm sure they love that. Do you ever dedicate the book or just autograph it?
In my first book, there was already a dedication.
Okay.
But tell her about this weekend. So you had an event this weekend and you were writing messages to the kids when you were signing it.
So I had gone to a Juneteenth parade and I was a vendor there.
Okay.
And this lady, and I don't remember her name, she had a daughter who was going to kindergarten, and I said, have fun in kindergarten to most of the kids in there.
Oh, nice. So you wrote that in the book and then you autographed it?
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's a really nice message. I try to, I ask, like, if I don't know the person, I usually like ask them like a little bit of something about them too, so that I can also like write something that's meaningful to them that they can look back on. But it's always nice. I actually went to a book fair here in Madrid the other day and I had the author, I told the author, I'm like, can you like sign it for me? And the sort of interesting thing about that book is that it's in Spanish and I don't really read a lot in Spanish. It's like new to me. And so he said, I hope that you have fun reading this book in Spanish because it's our shared language. And, I hope that you have fun reading it. So that was and he wrote it in Spanish. So I had to like even work a little hard to understand what he wrote, but it was really cool that he did that. So it's always nice when authors do that.
Yeah.
you're getting some questions. So I'm gonna try and first of all, you're getting a lot of love. So let's just start there. Everybody's cheering for you. There's so many people right now on this call that are just loving on you. And it looks like actually some people might know you too. So I think you have a lot of people here that are actually friends or family, which is really nice. So thanks everybody for coming out. But Kennedy, Mohammed wants to know what is the next book you are thinking of writing? Do you have another book project in the works right now?
Yes. And I have a feeling he wrote this because he wants to know like what illustrating things that he wants.
So wait, first tell them, who is he?
He's
Who's
my
Mohammed?
he's my illustrator family
Okay,
friend.
Mohammed. Let's give it up for Mohammed. All right. Well, that's amazing. And have you worked with him on all your books?
Only on the second and third one.
Okay, good. So he's becoming like a long-term partner for you.
He
Okay,
is
so now he's kind of interested to know if he's getting more work opportunities from you then.
Yes. And you'll always be my illustrator, just so you know.
Oh, go ahead, Mohammed. Oh, so Mohammed's a good business partner then. What do you like about working with Mohammed?
He's just like a family friend. I just been used to him for a while now. It's just fun. Just
it's interesting to see the two of them on their Zoom meetings, how she's being creative and telling him to change page colors, or that she doesn't like the size of the eyes on her character, or just watching the two of them create. It's interesting. To say
Oh,
the least.
wow. Oh, so you're like a really tough I guess director in that regard. So you have very specific ideas that you want to implement. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. All right, so let's answer the question. So, can you tell us a little bit about your next book project? You tease it out for us maybe a little bit. Just not you don't have to tell us all, but give us a little bit of an idea of what you're writing about.
and I was hoping some people would ask this question. So my new book is a 2-in-1, Kennedy's Big Break, and I'm gonna let this one talk a little bit more about it.
You were so cute, Ken. So yeah, the idea for her next book, like she said, is Kennedy's Big Break. All of her stories are true stories of things that happen in her life, and
I love that.
next book. Last summer was her first year breaking into theater. And so, you know, they always say break a leg, right? But then also
Yes.
immediately after theater, she had her first break of a bone. She broke her finger.
Oh no.
The story is about last summer and that journey. And so we are just
Oh, I love that. So your own life is the inspiration for your writing. How cool is that?
It's very cool.
That's
And
amazing.
we have another question.
All right, yeah, let me get to that one. Hold on. Hold your horses. All right, let's see. So Lawanda wants to know, can you tell me why Kennedy and DJ why can you tell me why Kennedy and DJ Special World? I'm not sure I understand the question. Oh, okay, here's the next one. Okay, so why is Kennedy and DJ Special World one of your favorite books? Thank you for signing my books. So could you share that part?
Yes, so you're welcome, Auntie Lawanda. And the reason why it's one of my favorite books is because I just love the feeling. I just love that the book's about autism and my brother having autism. It's just I love adding him into a book. It just feels so good to add him into my books. And I love it because in the book we have a special bond in there. And
Yes.
it's just very special how all the other kids can treat him the way he wants to be treated, and he treats them the way they want to be treated too, and then they all become friends. And I
Yes.
just love the feeling.
And it sounds like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like the special bond that you have in the book is a reflection of the special bond you have in real life.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's so nice. I mean, you have such a rich life and like so many like interesting things that happen to you that you can actually write about. So I hope maybe one day you'll write about this experience and you can include Miss Hattie in your book.
ready. Yes, we have to ask
That would
permission.
be really Yes, that would be really nice. And I want Muhammad to draw me nice.
He's got you covered.
All right. Next question comes from Ida, and Ida's my friend. So it's so nice to see you, Ida, here supporting. She wants to know what is your advice for aspiring child authors to get started on their author journey. So I know Ida's a mom and she has some children. So maybe she's interested in getting her children writing. And she wants to know what is one thing that has kept you writing, like continuing to write. So you've written multiple books now. What is it that keeps you going back and writing more? Is it your success, or is it just like feeling good about it, or the feedback you get, or like, I don't know, what is it that keeps you going?
Just everything, made partly because it's just nice to see kids and be inspired that a kid like me has written multiple books, like you said. And
Yes.
my advice for them is to just keep going, just work up to your dreams. Like in my first book, it says put your mind to it. So put your mind to it. That's what I did, and that's what's got me here.
Yes. I was going to say, did you, before you wrote your first book, did you ever used to do like, I don't know, stories? Did you write stories on your own? And did you have any creative writing experience before you actually wrote your first book? Like, or did you just like one day decide you were going to write? Or had you been kind of writing before, maybe for school assignments or something like that?
Nope.
No, you have
Not
to remember
really.
she was 3 when we started the
Huh.
process. And so it was 3 again in the midst of COVID and her just being inspired by what was happening in the world at the time.
Amazing. Amazing. Kennedy, you really are a very special young lady. All right. Well, I'm going to move us to our next question. Then I'm going to come back to some of my questions. This is Sammy's asking this question. It says, when you are writing your books, how much time would you say you spend each day writing? I know you have homework to do too. So, about how much time do you spend actually writing when you're in your book development phase?
So I would usually when I like to journal, I like to take 5-10 minutes and then do my homework, and then like it's like a pattern. So journal, homework till I'm finished my homework, and then I can just journal the whole time.
So is that putting together the first draft of the book?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. And do you do it like, do you handwrite it or do you type it? Like, how do you write your manuscript?
I usually handwrite it in one of my
Oh,
books.
very interesting. And do you know, as you're writing it, what are the pictures that you want to go with it, or does that come later with Muhammad?
That comes a little bit later.
Okay. So you just write. Your process is that you have an idea, you journal on it, you write handwriting everything until you have like a first draft. And then is that when you start collaborating with your illustrator, with Muhammad, or is there something else that happens before that?
Yes, the first draft is when we start, and then we can get into our groove, and then we can start doing our calls and things, asking
Okay.
me, all that good stuff.
And I hear he's Boricua like me, so he said he's gonna draw me good. So I'm covered. Make sure I'm waving a Puerto Rican flag, okay, Muhammad? Okay, I do have one more good question, so I'm gonna go to it, and I hope I pronounce your name right. I think it's Janai,
It's
Janai maybe.
that's Kennedy's
Janai.
godmother.
Okay, Janai. Then am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay, so Janai wants to know, Kennedy, would you write a book about you and your mommy? Is that on the horizon? Is that something you think you'll do at some point?
First off, hi Auntie Nine, hi Chase, and yes, that's the answer.
Yes. Okay, so that's coming soon, but it's not the next one. It'll be after the break,
Yeah.
Kennedy's big break. Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm glad we got that sorted out. I guess I'll ask you one last question, and then I want to ask mommy some questions. So for you, I want to know, what is it that you want kids to feel when they read your book?
When they read any of my books, actually, I just love that. I want them to think like they can do anything they want. I just hope they're inspired, and I just want them to feel like they can do anything at any time.
Yes. That's a really good thing, like hope for your readers. I actually want, like, desire the same thing. So I wrote a book called Calladita No More, and it's about my Latina journey in corporate, which was like over 25 years, and I share lots of stories. And I want my readers to feel like seen. Like I want them to know that like I see you, like I'm like you and we're like each other. And I want to first and foremost want them to know that I celebrate them who they are. And then I want them to know that they, like you said, that they can do anything. And maybe the thing they want to do is like within reach, that it is something that they can actually do. And I want them to try and go for it. So that is also like my desire. I want them to know that I see them, they are worthy, and they should go after all the things that their heart desires. So you and I have that in common. We both want our readers to really, go for it, to just dream big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. So I'm going to ask Mom some questions. Kennedi, you can feel free to chime in if you think of anything else you want to add, okay? And if the audience would like to ask Kennedi more questions, we'll do those also. So feel free to drop them in the chat. But Mom, I guess, oh, go ahead.
And audience, feel free to ask her some questions too, because I want her to also have her moment too. So feel free.
Okay. Thank you. You're sharing the spotlight.
You're so sweet. It's not about me. You're so sweet.
All right. So, Mom, I'm going to ask you a question that I think a lot of people want to know. And it is, how did you support Kennedi in the publishing process at such a young age? Like what was that like?
Yeah.
And anyway, just like if you could share a little bit about your perspective, because I think a lot of parents out here are curious about that.
Yeah, as her trusted assistant, at 3 years old, who is she going to pick up the phone and call and figure all these things out, right? And so it was really more so about me bridging the gap of her creativity and then the whole publishing process, right? And so getting in contact with various publishers, we had a timeline, right? So I wanted one who would work according to our timeline, but then also it's a matter of helping her to organize her thoughts, connecting with illustrators. Again, shout out to Muhammad, who is the best in the business, but also
yes, Muhammad. I'm even a fan of Muhammad. Now I'm gonna go look for him on LinkedIn later.
Yeah, also, just providing those publishing resources and managing her timeline, but then also teaching her that once you start something, you have to finish it, right?
Yes.
And so we didn't always stick to the exact timeline. We definitely committed to finishing it. And so that's always the goal. And then also at the end of the day, if she's no longer having fun, then we're done. Like that's what it's all about. She has to have fun in it because she is still a child. And so I don't want her to ever feel like she's forced into doing anything. So if it's no longer fun, it's over.
I got you. That sounds amazing. And kudos to you, Mom, for, I guess, seeing the vision and believing in Kennedi at such an early age. Like, that's definitely part of the process. I guess, what would you want other parents to know or take away from Kennedi's story? Because it really is inspirational. I mean, we're all here cheering for her. She's so impressive. I still have more questions about the business because I want to know if Kennedi is taking on authors or like what else is in the works for Ken Read Books, but just sticking with you for another second, what is it that you want other parents to take away?
Know that you don't have all the answers. I had no idea, when she first started at 3, I'd never published a book, had no clue what the process was. I had a good friend who helped me walk through that and talk through that so that I learned, but then she also learned along the way. So everything that I was learning, we were learning together. But, sometimes our role as parents is really to create the space for our children to explore what's possible.
Yes, that's beautiful.
They don't know unless we tell them, right? And so that's what we did, and here we are today. But it's really about being willing to take that first step on their journey and just listening.
Yes. Yeah, and you're creating so much space for her, and you could tell that she is the main character of Can Read books,
Main
but
character energy all day.
yes, like she's hardcore. Like she wanted to start, and she's like, "Let's go," and all the things. I mean, Kennedy is a really impressive young lady. I can only imagine what she's like, and she's like running things at age 9.
Seriously. And this is not her only thing, right? She has her business, but then she's also involved in so many other things as well. And so
Amazing.
it's also about that balance because again, being a child, you don't ever want to feel like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I'm overworked from her,
Right.
from her.
Right.
And so just being able to balance that and making sure that she still has fun in all the things that she does.
Yeah, amen. So I guess I do have questions now. So like what I guess do you plan to bring other authors onto the platform, Kennedy? Is that like what's your vision, I guess, for the business? And I didn't even ask you if you've been making money. I'm curious to know that too. Are you making money, young lady? And what are you doing with that money?
So the finance is all her. So
So to answer your question, yes, she is making money.
She is making money. I know she's making money. She's selling books.
It goes directly into her business account. So she has no idea how much she's even making at this juncture, but she has her 3 books. She also has her swag line, which we're going to update for this summer.
Oh yeah, can we see her shirt? I'm sorry to cut you off, but before I forget, can you show us your shirt and tell us, is this for sale? Is this part of your swag situation? Yeah. What is I see a little girl with she's reading a book and I can't tell what's she's like laying down and those are her 2 feet and she's reading a book. And is that you?
yes, she's the pass me. Can they go second right?
Oh, she's
This one.
oh.
And who?
Yes,
who
I love her hair and I love her ribbons. They're so pretty.
Thank you.
Who made your logo on your shirt?
Uncle Muhammad.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he did. That is a dope. That's okay. So is that for sale? Like, can people buy those shirts, those t-shirts?
Yes, and also on my swag site, there's not just swag. There's notebooks and bags too, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to ask you to send me the URL for that because I'm going to put that in the show notes. So if people want to come back later, or you can, Mom, if you want to drop, the thing is that, you know what, we can't drop anything here that they can see.
Afterwards, yeah.
So people can come back afterwards. We'll make sure we update it before the end of the day, so y'all can come back and y'all can check out where to get the swag, because the swag is nice. And you said there's t-shirts, there's notebooks, and there's backpacks. Did I hear right?
No.
No backpacks yet. Hoodies, notebooks, t-shirts, and regular like tote bags.
And beanie.
And beanie hats, yes.
Oh, you have tote bags too?
Yes.
What color are the tote? What color is the tote bag? I think I want a tote bag. Hold on.
It's actually the same color as her shirt. Yeah.
It's black, and then okay, good. That's a nice color thing. Okay, very nice. All right, so we're definitely going to be sharing that information later. So come back, y'all, and y'all can see. It'll just come to my page on LinkedIn, and that'll be the top post is going to be this interview, and then you can look in the comments, and we'll make sure that we add that to it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. That's amazing. And so okay, so then I guess the other question is, I guess I want to let you finish, Kennedy. What is the vision? So will you have other writers, other children writers, authors on your platform? Is that part of your vision, or what do you think are some things that you want to do in addition to continuing to write books?
Wait, what was the question?
I'm trying to understand your vision for the business, and I'm trying to figure out, let's say I know someone who's 6 and wants to write a book. Would you be like, take them on and, maybe help publish their book? Is that something that you would do later?
Yes.
But you also can tell her about your vision for sneaker ball and fundraisers, or did we forget?
We forgot.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to tell her or?
Yes.
Okay.
And also, thank you, Uncle Freddie, for putting in the link.
Yes, he did. Yes. Canreadswag.com. Let's go. Thank you, Uncle Freddie, for that. All right. So I'll let you answer. So it sounds like the business has kind of lots of tentacles or different arms. So there's the book publishing for Kennedi directly, maybe some book publishing for other young and upcoming authors, other talent. And then what else, Mom, is the business going to be
So
doing
we
or doing
also
already?
branched out and turned this into a foundation as well, because a lot of what she already does is community based for children at schools. And so we've now branched off and turned this into a 501c3 where she will now be fundraising and hosting events for kids live as opposed to just online.
Oh,
So
nice.
also spread the word about literacy for children.
Yes. And what, like every school or like only in
So
Jersey or
now,
like,
good question. Right now, we're local schools within New Jersey because she's a kid too, right? And so she is in school, and oftentimes
I was wondering how she was going to do all that.
when they are inviting her, it's during her school hours. And so
Right.
what we'll do is go early and read to the kids and then take her to her own school. And they love her school because it's excused because of what she is doing, which is fabulous. They're very supportive
Yes.
in her journey.
I bet they are. They have like a famous author in their school. That doesn't happen every day, so that's pretty dope. Um, Amazing. And can people make donations to this foundation? Because
They
maybe we want to
will.
drop that URL as well.
They will. So we're just in the works. So we're getting all of that up and running. But once we are able to make sure that we have our website good to go, then we will definitely drop that as well. I'm a perfectionist like she is. So I want the website to be perfect, but also want it to
Oh,
be good,
yes.
her current website as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree then.
Correct. Can I tell them?
I need to just in case a little loose thing.
Okay, I didn't hear you, but let's continue.
No, so they don't lose something.
Oh, it's okay. So Kennedy was thinking that people couldn't see the link that Uncle Freddie put in there.
Oh, they actually can. They actually
Yeah.
can see it.
We
Yes.
just can't see it, but they can still see it.
Yeah, and I'll make sure that I spotlight it later or re-add it again, so people will definitely see it. Thank you for asking about that. All right, well, I'm gonna kind of come to a close. I do. If y'all have any more questions, please ask them. I have a couple of rapid fire questions that I want to ask Kennedi before we go. So you ready, Kennedi? It's 3 rapid fire questions. You ready, Freddie? Okay. Where do you like to read and write?
So I love reading anywhere, on the train, at school, anywhere that's like quiet or loud. It doesn't really matter, but I really like quiet, and I like to write. I like to journal anywhere again, but usually I'll journal in my living room, on my rocking chair, in my bed, any place anyways.
Okay, so you're pretty flexible when it comes to where you read and write. I actually am not. I need to be in silence in front of my computer. And then if I start stressing out because I don't know what to write, then I have to eat popcorn. So I'm like, it's my nervous like thing that just like I need to like chew it out and then I can start writing again. This is a very important next question. So I want you to be very thoughtful with your answer. If there is a famous person that could read your book that like we can call up after this interview and say, hey, make sure you read Kennedi's book. Who is or who are these people that you want to make sure read your book?
I love the question. And the people that I would ask to read this book is Kamala Harris, Michelle Obama, and Simone Biles.
Those are 3 amazing people. Let me tell you. Do you listen to, well, probably not, but Michelle Obama has a podcast with her brother. Were you aware of that? I don't know if you listen to podcasts. Mom, do you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you listen?
Yes.
Do you listen to IMO
I
with
do.
Craig? And oh, it's so
It's
good. It's
very good. I
yeah,
aspire to be like them one day.
amen. You never know. I think it's very, you're within reach. You're a couple of what do they say? A couple of degrees of separation from reaching
Right.
one or more of the people that you want to read your book, so that you have a really good list. Um, and then I think we already know that you have another book inside of you, because it sounds like you have many, many, many more books. How many books you think you're going to write in your lifetime, if you had to take a guess?
Um, I was hoping to have a total amount of around 2019, but it doesn't. But it depends on how long I want to keep doing this.
I see. Okay. So you have, but it sounds like you have a lot more books, so that we know. But I want to ask you one last question. And if one of your books became a movie, let's pick what's the name of the title of your first book again? Tell me again. It's something about the vice president.
Yeah, Kennedy meets the vice president.
Kennedy meets the vice president. Let's say that book, Netflix calls mom and says, we gonna make it a movie. Who's
Yes.
playing you? Who's playing Kennedy?
This would be an obvious question. Me, obviously, but any other people that like know me really well, like Blair, Cassidy, mainly those two, because they really
I don't know who they are. Are they your friends?
they're my besties. They both know me.
Oh,
I
but you
think
don't have a famous actress that you want to play you?
um nah, just people that
No?
really know me well.
But mainly you. You're gonna play yourself. That's what you're gonna let Netflix know.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. That's a good answer.
Love it.
Mom, was there anything you wanted to share before we go to close us out?
So,
And I just want to thank the audience again for being such a great audience, and thank you for inviting them. And Kennedy, you you have a really nice group of people supporting and loving on you right now. That's really special. But Mom, I'm sorry. Was there anything you wanted to share before we
you're
go?
totally fine. She told me to say yes. So yes, I'm going to answer the last question. But really, just to close us out, is really whatever your child wants to do and just says maybe in passing, but you hear them saying it several times, try to work with them to turn their idea into a reality. If I would have ignored what she was saying at the age of 3, we wouldn't be here today. She wouldn't be meeting with other children and inspiring them to read. And so just listen and try to execute.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be books. It can be anything that they want to do. But if they're imagining it and thinking it, move forward with it and help them build their confidence, their ownership, and give them that ownership mindset as well.
Yes. You've created a very beautiful situation, or yeah, you really have. Kennedy is surely going to grow up to be just a lovely, bright, confident, amazing young lady, and you did that.
Thank you. She already
You
knows what
did.
she's doing in college, so we're ahead of the game.
Yes, but her future is bright. I'm sure of it. Kennedy, did you want to say anything to your fans before you go?
Thank you for coming, and if it wasn't for all of you and for her, I wouldn't have been here. I'm just so proud of all my hard work and how I've gotten from here to how I've gone from here to here.
Yes, it sounds like oh, who is I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he did a speech one that was like, I want to thank me. Tell me who I'm thinking about.
It was, oh gosh, was it Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, it was Snoop Dogg. That's what I for some reason I drew a blank on his name. It
Yeah.
sounds like that's what Kennedy says. I want to thank me for being great, for being me. You sure should thank yourself. You've achieved so much, and I just want to wish you lots of luck. You're one of the most successful authors that I brought to this show, and I'm honored that you were here with me. So thanks for coming. We're gonna go, audience. So thanks for coming through. check back again later so you could. Ooh, one.
One last
Go ahead,
thing.
Mom.
If you want to follow her journey, follow her on her website, KennedyBooks.
KennedyBooks.com.
And where else?
And on Instagram.
And Facebook and YouTube at Ken Read Books.
So you need to give me all those URLs so that I could drop them. Let's drop them all so people have them and people follow Kennedi.
For sure.
Okay. Well, thanks, audience, for coming. We'll be here again next week with another guest. Probably not as good as Kennedi, but they can't all be superstars. And Mom and Kennedi, don't go anywhere. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Have fun. I mean, not have fun, but